بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا محمد. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك عليه. My dear sister, my dear brother, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Last week I talked about this crazy idea from a British Veterinary Association, Mr. John Blackwell, about banning religious slaughter and forcing Muslim and Jew to stone their animal. I gave you the main idea before. I wish I have more session to discuss in more detail, but I gave you the gist of it, inshallah, and I hope it was useful. Today I want to go back to my usual way of presentation, the latest health medical report, study, important social issue, scientific issue, which came in the British media, in the medical media, in newspaper, on TV, etc., which I feel are important to talk about it to you for different reasons. First, for health education. Second, to show you the beautiful link, unseen link between Islamic behavior and health. Everything in Islam, if you do for your health. This is my conclusion after working as a qualified doctor since 43 years ago. And not only my conclusion of 100,000 Muslim doctors in the world. Everything Allah told you not to do it will give you disease, suffering, etc. So, alcohol give you disease, circumcision give you health, motherhood give you health, adultery give you disease. The big list. Quran Shifa, as you know. Now, what I want to say, for example, I don't have time, unfortunately, to read all this study. I wish. My time allow me to pick up the title. Because every day we discover so many scientific medical studies raising the flag of Islam. La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. And I have in front of me here like 20. I only try to look quickly to the main idea, conclusion of the study, and I give my observation, my Islamic commentary, etc. Today, for example, or last week, there was a report, 10 March, fasting for brain health and to live longer. Fasting for your health is coming on and on, on and on, on and on. Fasting. Obviously, we Muslims do fasting to obey Allah, Ramadan, 29, 30 days. We don't think of health. But the good bonus in Islam, we discover everything you do with the pure intention for Allah, sincerity. إنما الأعمال بالنيات. If you do it properly, you will get bonus. Apart from the reward, you will get extra bonus of health. This is fascinating me over the last 10, 20 years. Everything Islam asks you to do, if there are clever scientists, they will discover the health wisdom. If there is no clever scientists, not doing research, they won't get it. They just say, Allah said we do it. This is what should be. Allah said we do it. But Allah mentions the Quran, He will show you in the future evidence, sign. سنريهم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سنريهم آياتنا في الآفاق وفي أنفسهم حتى يتبين لهم أنه الحق. We will show them our sign, our evidence in the universe, star, planet, Mars, going, and in themselves, everything. Anatomy, physiology, pathology, psychology, disease, social problem, unbelievable. Fasting. In naturalnews.com, 10 of March, for brain health and to live longer. Obviously, one of my favorite talk, which I done 3 sessions when I started giving my show on Somali channel about 2 years ago, 3 sessions, the health discovery in fasting. Now they're giving you more extra for the brain health. And they're proving that you're going to live longer. You will live longer if you fast. Obviously, a lot of them, they talk fasting, maybe, wallahi, they mention it. It came on BBC 2 about a year ago. Fasting 2 days a week, like the Prophet Muhammad suggested to us. To avoid cancer, to avoid heart disease, to give you health, etc. 2 days a week, etc. And to live longer. Are we surprised? There is well-known hadith. I'm not sure. Some people say maybe it's not very strong. Sumu tasahhu. Fast, you will get healthy. And as I said before, we cannot go through all at the moment. Or I only give you the main idea, as I have a lot of things to discuss, different subject, different issue. If you fast, no doubt. If you fast Sunnah 3 days a month, 2 days a week, it's good for you. If you fast Ramadan properly, we have a lot of fasting among Muslims, but not properly. Because when they break their fast, and what they do in the evening, and the overeating, overconsumption, you lose the meaning of fasting of Ramadan. Apart from other things, muharramat, wrong things they do after breaking their fast. So this is encouraging. Science go with Islam. Medical study go with the teaching of Islam. There's no doubt about it. Proper science, proper medical study prove many of the teaching of Islam. Subhanallah. Fasting. Okay. What other issue came? Daily Mail, 10 March. Just one drink, and it was also in the Independent, same day. Just one drink impaired driving ability of people over 50 and old. Just one. And we have a lot of people dying on the road from alcohol. And when you get older, you will be having less, judgment. And you won't be able to concentrate properly in life. And you take just one drink. The Prophet Muhammad said, ما أسكر كثيره فقليله حرام. Beautiful. What make you drunk in big amount, the little of it is haram. Little of it, قليل haram. And I'm raising this because I'm discovering some strange fatwa. If you have very small percentage of alcohol, okay. How they got it? If the Prophet clearly, small percentage of alcohol in food, in some item, etc., is okay. I'm shocked to hear that. Absolute prohibition. Even single drop, even tiny drop of blood to consume haram, tiny drop of alcohol to consume haram, tiny weeny part of pork, as we had a scandal last year, pork in halal food, tiny weeny. Some people defended their business. It's a small part, Dr. Katme, why you make them fast? It's haram. You cannot eat. Shubha, at least, is shubha. Controversial, doubtful. If you are good, caring, practicing Muslim, you will not do it. You will not take doubtful, controversial thing. And Islam is so clear. And he mentioned, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Islam halal bayin, haram bayin. وبينهما أمور متشابهات. And between halal and haram, there are a lot of things doubtful, controversial, etc. Even people studying, they call it doubtful. فاجتنبوا الشبهات. This is the order of the Prophet. Anything doubtful, let's assume today stunning the animal is doubtful. Some people support it, etc. According to the hadith, you avoid it. If you are muttaqi, if you are good, pious Muslim, practicing Muslim, you avoid. They tell you about this food, this medicine has got tiny weeny alcohol, etc. Avoid it. And I'm worried today, some Muslim scholars who know nothing, forgive me to say that, nothing about medical, science, study, analysis, laboratory, and they give different fatwa to different medical things today. And they have zero knowledge in all these fields. We need to be careful. We cannot do that just like that. You need to be professional. I always say, the Muslim world badly in need of a large international committee of ulama, mufti, who have been qualified in medicine and science in the same time. He's a doctor and sheikh. He's a doctor and sheikh. International, to discuss any medical, ethical issue, any doubtful thing, etc. Because knowing the two sides, it's easier to give fatwa. But you only know about Sharia. 99.9% just they know about Islam. They're good to do fatwa and Sharia only. On issue related to Islam, Sharia. But medical issue, ethical issue, scientific issue, agriculture issue, animal issue, you cannot give proper fatwa. You need to be careful. Islam higher than that. Much higher. I always amaze me when I discover some lawyer, some doctor are lawyers in the same time here in Britain, in America. Double profession. There are a lot going on in the West. Muslims, they don't do it. Unfortunately. You know, he's lawyer, he's a doctor, you know, in the same time. And so many other fields in life, they combine too. They'll be able to judge and do proper job. Just wandering impaired. Obviously, Islam beautiful. Even wandering a little bit forbidden. We don't want to impair your driving judgment to kill people on the road. And I always tell you when this subject is raised about alcohol, you know, about 50 disease. Over 100 billion pounds. Over 30,000 pounds die a year from alcohol. Many million chronic patients are patient forever till they die from alcohol. It's a big evil, big demon. And we need to address the issue. And I'm shocked to see many Muslim countries, Arab countries, alcohol in front of you on sale, in restaurant, in hotel, in aeroplane. Unbelievable. You know, the West waking up, they say many people, wise people in Britain, in the West, if a time comes and somebody is going to introduce alcohol, they say we will ban it. Mean haram, prohibited. The wise scientists, doctors here in the West, but they are stuck, very difficult to get out of it. There are a lot of tax coming from alcohol industry. There are so many alliance, I told you before, between government and the alcohol industry. Alliance between government and drug industry, medicine. Alliance between many ministers and members of parliament, the government and vaccine industry. Alliance between the member of parliament and smoking industry. Alliance between food industry and minister and MP. Unbelievable. No sincerity, no morality. They are sometimes bribed individually by different company, or the government bribe. And this is why we're having a hell of a problem, you know, in all aspects of life. So even small little bit of thing, people should be aware, absolutely forbidden. Even medicine. And I'm sorry to tell you, many medicine contain alcohol. And the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was asked in his time, can we take alcohol as a medicine? He said, no. This is disease. Man tadawa biharam. You cannot treat yourself with haram substance. And most medicine today, taken by Arab, by Muslim, by Africa, by Middle East, by Asia, contain alcohol. Muslim, we neglected this. Muslim doctor neglected that. Muslim chemist farmer neglected that. Muslim mufti ulama neglected that. Many medicine contain pork. You don't know. You don't ask. As in food. Some medicine contain human part, haram. Gelatin, haram. You know. A lot of harmful thing to health. Not only haram, harmful thing to health. Side effect, dangerous. People neglect that. I don't know when the time will come to have our own Islamic medicine, drug industry. It should start in Muslim country. I'm not sure there is something going on, but it look import. Even they take the formula of the West, they produce it in their own country. The formula of the West about any medicine does not know halal from haram. And we try to manufacture and do it in our own country. We need, I don't know, OIC, Organization Islamic Conference. We need all Arab country. You know, the health minister, if he care about Islam. We need the health minister, the awqaf, the mufti, the ulama, the doctor, the chemist to take notice of that and to give us life in halal, inshallah. On the 8th of March, International Women's Day. Every year they try to remember women suffering and problem. And you won't believe it, always on 8th of March I have a 3 press release statement to send to newspaper, to media. The first one, you will be amazed. On International Women's Day, I say, the Virgin Mary, the mother of Jesus, peace be upon him, is the role model to all women in the world. Ya salam. The Christian, the Catholic love it. And some may be publishing it for me, I don't know. The Virgin Mary. On this International Women's Day, I want the Western woman, the so-called Christian woman, the non-Muslim woman. If I say Khadija, Fatima, Aisha, they don't like. They don't want to listen. Top Muslim woman model, Khadija radiallahu anha, the first wife, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Aisha, the other wife of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Fatima, the daughter of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is our gold, real model. You know, Muslim Women Organization, I'm not aware if they done it. They should issue press release statement on International Women's Day, bringing back the top Muslim women in the world, from Khadija to Aisha to Fatima, etc. But living in the West, working with Catholic, with Christian, I made this beautiful summary about 10-15 quality character. I got it from the Quran. The Virgin Mary, the no sex before marriage, chastity. Virgin Mary, motherhood. The Virgin Mary, obedient to God. She's daily customer in the temple, not in the club and pub. Temple, the Virgin Mary. You know, she believes in God, sustainer. The West, the UN do not believe. They worry about sustenance all the time. You know, the Virgin Mary, pro-life, pregnant in abnormal, unusual way. She didn't do abortion. She didn't get rid of the baby. Subhanallah. Strongest pro-life, we call it, in the world. The Virgin Mary. The Virgin Mary breastfeeding. The Virgin Mary even model I discovered in giving birth. Wilada. Fascinating story in the Quran, how she gave birth. We need to copy it. All of us, women, when she want to give birth. The Virgin Mary, as I said, feminine. Today, woman is not feminine anymore. It's half man, half woman. The Virgin Mary with hijab. Hijab. When I wrote about this maybe 10-15 years ago, many English paper, they put my summary of Virgin Mary and they put picture of Virgin Mary with hijab. And they said, this is the Virgin Mary with hijab, as Dr. Katme said. I couldn't believe it. I think it was Daily Telegraph or Daily Mail, I don't know. You know, Virgin Mary role model. So I'm telling you briefly here what I love, I show on this International Women's Day. The second one, International Women's Day, we discover a lot of statistic and figure about the suffering of women in the West. Suffering of the woman who is not Muslim. Some Christian women are good, by the way. They don't have much suffering, like if they practice their Christianity properly. You know, the teaching of Jesus, peace be upon him. But today, women in a big hell. Only last week, you know, at least 33% of women in Britain are suffering from physical abuse, from sexual abuse. 33%. Europe, EU, they made a big report. Half of women in Europe suffering sexual abuse, physical abuse. Where's women liberation? Civilized, feminist, where is it? You know. And you know, here in Britain, still many people do not know. Every week, 2 women are killed here in Britain by the husband or boyfriend, partner. 2 women killed every week. And do you know how many women suffer domestic violence? They go to casualty, to hospital, about 8 to 9 million. International Women's Day, try to remember this horrible mess of the woman. And in this country, every day they kill about 300 women to be unborn girl. Every day they kill 600. Every day. In so-called abortion, 600 every day. About half, 300 maybe, girl to be a woman. As you know, the issue is worse in India. They discover girl, they kill. Boy, keep pregnancy. It's unbelievable. In 21st century, you know. So even they discover in Britain, they're doing that, some of them. So International Women's Day, we have a lot of figures, statistics about women alcoholic, women drug addict, women suicidal, about breakup of marriage, nearly half now. Women and men, this is a big subject, complicated, even affecting Muslims too, unfortunately, you know. Women mentally ill, high rate, more than men in psychiatric hospital. But one good news, in Britain, about 5,000 every year become Muslim. Majority are women. Subhanallah. This is despite little we do to do da'wah, to talk about Islam and women in Islam. Very little, because all media, all TV, newspaper, Express, Daily Mail, Daily Telegraph, the bad image of women in Islam. I'm surprised how this majority women become Muslim. Maybe, I don't know, 3,000 or 4,000, majority they say are women becoming Muslim. Ya salam. With almost nothing, who have done nothing. They smell Islam from distance. They become Muslim. You know. So, as I said, there are 3 ways to present the case of women. Present Virgin Mary as a role model. I wish all Christian women copy her. Even I say Muslim women should copy her. She is a leader of women in heaven, in paradise, as the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam said. You know, she got big chapter in her name. Surah Maryam, Virgin Mary. So when you have International Women's Day, try to remember these 3, which I try to do something about it every year on the 8th of March, you know. And Virgin Mary, role model to all women, to Christian women. All her quality, unbelievable. Top, she got. Subhanallah. Top mark in a lot of her way of life. All mentioned in the Quran. All mentioned in the Quran. International Women's Day, you talk about the suffering, the hell women having today. We have a lot of statistics and figure. I need like 1 hour to go through them, tell you about the suffering. And International Women's Day, we should bring, which I haven't done it. We need Muslim women organization to do it. They can do it better than me. The model to the Muslim women in the world. Khadija, Aisha, Fatima, etc. We need to do that. You have occasion to sell your merchandise, to introduce Islam. I always believe in occasion. When there's occasion, you try to utilize it. You know, like a week ago there was Orphan Week. I contacted Muslim Aid. We have orphan to sponsor. Please use it. Orphan Week last week. Make statement, press release. and talk about we have what you call it, a rainbow family, orphan to be sponsored, etc. There's one thing I like here in Britain, the West. Every month I receive National Awareness Day. Fascinating. 1st of April, 2nd April, 4th April, Awareness Week in April, Awareness Month in April, medical, social, scientific, animal, beautiful. And Muslim, I recommend it to all Muslim speaker. Friday khutbah imam, to all Muslim journalists. Very easy, National Awareness Day. You will get it in Google search. You will see a lot of subject. Wallahi, you can present Islam month after month according to the occasion. And I try to do only one or two my time. They put about 40 issue every month. Muslims sleeping on it. This is, in my humble opinion, the best way, practically, realistically, to introduce a slice of Islam according to the subject National Awareness Day. A lot of it medical, some social, some educational, some on animals, some on environment. Beautifully organized here in the West. Every month you got many topics to talk, to do Friday khutbah, to issue press release to the non-Muslim. Because many of them are aware of this day. Muslims are sleeping. They are not aware. Day, AIDS Day, I always make my statement. 1st December, AIDS Day. Introduce Islam and the way to avoid AIDS disease in Islam. Breastfeeding Week, I always make my statement, press release. Introduce breastfeeding in Islam. Subhanallah. A lot of subject done, presented to you automatically. And when you click on any day, you will find a lot of detail, organization, what they saying. You only pick up few ideas, add the Islamic touch, the Islamic flavor. This is indirect, not pushy, indirect, gradual way to introduce Islam. Every month, about 30, 40, 50 topic. National Awareness Day. Google search when I finish. Google search National Awareness Day in March. National Awareness Day in April. They usually do it by months. You cannot sometimes get the whole lot, And you got material to organize, to do talk, press release, Friday khutbah, write article, talk on radio, talk on Islamic radio, on Islamic TV, etc. Fascinating. And this link to society, to the issue raised in society, British society. You're not coming from the, from the moon. This is Islam, do that, do that. You go with the tide. What's the tide talking about today? They're talking about Women's Day. You got many ways to introduce Islamic material. I haven't seen, I'm sorry to say, and I hope I'm wrong, I haven't seen any single, I'm not aware of any single Islamic statement on International Women's Day. There may be some, I'm not aware of it, By the way, hijab, 1st February, we had it last month. World Hijab Day, beautiful. I'm glad the Muslim pick up one thing at least, World Hijab Day. Why we do hijab? What's hijab in Islam? And to address all this myth and attack on hijab and niqab in Islam. This is the only thing I know about in Islam Muslims have done, like the Western, like the English. World Hijab Day. 1st February every year. It's good to have occasion. But as I said, the Western society, the British society have produced for you every month 30, 40, 50 topic to bring your Islam. I'm asking you, they don't know about Islam, to give the Islamic touch, what the Quran, what the Hadith said, etc. So International Women's Day has gone, 8th of March. Be ready for next year if we are alive, inshallah, and try to do something. And International Women's Day, why don't we have also conference on the problem affecting Muslim women today? I don't think it's done anywhere in the world. Conference on International Women's Day. What's the need of Muslim women today? On International Women's Day, there are many ideas to utilize occasion, to utilize day or week or months, etc. Now this issue of meat is coming again. And last week, in meat science, red meat causes colon cancer. By the way, you will see frequently health warning on a lot of issues. Some of it you take it serious. Some of it maybe need to do more study, more repeat, check, etc. And some people came on television, will be getting confused. What to do, what to eat. What to do, what to eat. So many things, problem. Health has a health. But I think this came in a lot of study. Red meat linked to colon cancer. I'm raising it, you know why? Because Muslims are addicted to meat. More than the English, more than the Western. Muslims take higher rate of lamb, sheep, mutton, more than the English. They consume a lot. And obviously the danger more with process, process with chemical, added, etc., not natural, not pure, not wholesome. And I add to that, the meat, even if it's going to halal market, halal abattoir, most animal body full of hormone, antibiotic, harmful chemical from vaccine, medicine, etc. There is almost no tayyib, pure meat today. Almost, except in some organic farm industry, organic farm, but more expensive than the normal. People run away too much to pay, from egg to fruit to sheep to mutton, etc. So this could be a factor, but obviously they talk a lot about processed meat with the adding chemical and additive, etc. But we still have the problem. The meat, I believe, can cause cancer if it's not done properly, halal slaughter. With the stunning, with blood staying inside the meat. As I mentioned last week before, salt and pepper, hemorrhage, blood inside, harmful to health. So the issue of meat is a big issue today. And please, Muslim, first, you make sure 100%, you don't go for cheaper. Which is chicken cheaper? Which halal shop sell me cheaper chicken? Cheaper, they're always controversial. Those exposed to haram or slaughter in haram way or added pork to the chicken, to poultry today. They done it. Pork and water, more in weight, more money by kilo when you sell it, etc. So it's very important to be aware, my dear brother and sister, of this important issue. We're talking about it, and to remember, utilize the day and the week, etc. Red meat, cancer in meat science journal linked to colon cancer. As I said, Muslim, if they don't have the proper slaughtering halal way, they're more exposed to cancer of the colon. Obviously, cancer of the colon has got also many other reasons. But this risk is rising. Study after study, study after study. So Muslim, please don't get addicted to meat. First, you have to make sure it's purely 100% halal, zabiha Prophet Muhammad way. Second, is not done by most Muslim halal, proper halal company. The animal should be tayyib, organic, farming. We don't care. We buy any animal cheap. Even when you do zabiha halal way, the animal is not tayyib, is not wholesome, is not pure. The meat polluted, contaminated. Even if you do the best zabiha in the world, Prophet Muhammad way, So we need to be aware of that. You know, it's a big problem, meat. My humble advice, eat less meat. Especially when we have problem to have true, pure halal meat. Eat less meat. Go for some fish, but we have a problem with fish we discovered lately. Contamination, chemical, and salmon especially lately, etc. Go for peas, chickpeas, to broad bean, fruit, vegetable, a lot of vegetable, cereal, a lot. You know, you don't have to have protein only from meat. Woman want to use the sperm of dead husband. She won the court case. This is medical, ethical problem. And I'm not aware what ulama said, but my humble opinion, you cannot make a baby when the father died or husband left you. To utilize sperm of the man, you keep it in a freezer, in special place here, in Britain, any place. The husband died. She, the woman, want to use this sperm, put it in her genital to have baby, to conceive, be pregnant. I don't think this is right. A child, if it becomes successful pregnancy, is another question. A child without a father. Islam is perfect. Mom and dad, you know, I was watching in the last few weeks, fascinating program. I thank Islam Channel and I thank Brother Rahim, who come a lot on the Islam Channel, about adoption. And the child saying the program, I want a mom and a dad. This is basic in the gene of every child. I want a mother and father. They're talking about foster children, rejected children, neglected children, adoption, etc. An Islamic view. I think maybe next Wednesday again, 9 o'clock, or it could be the last one done, I don't know. 5 sessions, beautiful, you know, production about adoption in our society. But the main problem raised in this subject, Muslim children adopted by non-Muslim. And I like to raise it here, to shout, as they try to shout there in a wise, civilized way. There are many Muslim children for adoption. Muslims should come first. There should be organizing. There should be locally mosque, imam, if they know children, whether without mom, without dad, parent died, etc. They should not go to non-Muslim. They should not go. They make them Christian, they make them secular, they make them drink alcohol, encourage, they make them eat pork, they grow up to have sex with girlfriend, boyfriend, etc. You cannot do that. I'm raising the alarm. I'm glad I remember it. It's an important issue. Need to be organized by Muslim leader, Muslim organization, by imam, by ulama. I'm glad Islam Channel. I give you my vote for the excellent program, Islam Channel, about this issue. 5 sessions every Wednesday, 9 o'clock. I don't know if it was the last one last week or this week. You know, watch it every Wednesday and try to see the other program. But please, please remember the biggest question raised in many of these programs. Please, Muslim, come first to adopt Muslim children. Look after Muslims. Obviously, the word adoption cannot be used like the Western way. You need to adjust it Islamically, etc. In the Islamic way, when you have a child to look after at home, issue related to inheritance, to mahram, and you have to put hijab if you are girl in front of the man, woman, children. So the subject is not simple. But I like to stress what Islam Channel has stressed. Please, please come forward and ask, especially many Muslim families, they haven't got children. They have difficulty. Or Muslim families love to have children. They got only 1 or 2, etc. And we're talking about Muslim family practicing Islam. Don't bring me Muslim family to adopt secular, immoral, most of their way of life, haram things they do, etc. practicing Muslim family, parent to a lot lost Muslim children. You know the story a month ago? It was all TV newspaper giving to two lesbian, two homosexual women, a Muslim child. And the council said we couldn't find Muslim. This is rubbish. There are a lot of Muslims, but it needs to be organized. You need to communicate with the right people, etc. So anyway, this court case, I don't think, in my humble opinion, one should do it or is allowed to do it if I have the sperm of my husband saved, stored. After many years he died, I can put it back and make baby. It needs maybe discussion, debate, but I don't feel personally there is no injustice in Islam in any way, in any ayah, any hadith, any practice. Why is this child born without father? If she's having successful pregnancy and a normal pregnancy or normal baby, because the storage and freezing sperm, she might have miscarriage, she might have deformity in the child, etc. It's not pure. The only 100% safe is God's way. Normal fertilization during marriage, man and woman sleeping together, husband and wife. This is the highest safety of having a child, successful pregnancy, and to have a more stable, mature child. Now we're coming to the end, but finally, really, there is one thing I like to remind you about 10 to 16. Maybe it's just finished. 16 March is National Awareness Week on Salt, Milh. National Awareness Week. Last week or so, they're emphasizing again and again, maximum salt a day, 6 grams, like small spoonful. 6 grams. And we all, Muslim, non-Muslim, consuming a lot of salt. Salt is linked to high blood pressure. Salt is linked to stroke, to heart disease. It's good reminder, like I was telling you the week, National Awareness Week on salt. Only 6 grams. Most salt you see, but a lot of salt you don't see in tin, in food, in pizza, in ketchup, in so many things. So be aware. Reduce your salt a lot, and inshallah you will have good health. Thank you for watching. May Allah keep me alive to meet you next week. And please do dua for me. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.